Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, my name is the one and only Clarkson, and tonight I am giving you my interpretation of my own opinion of the Mount Rushmore of wrestling presented by Mayhem Media. Mayhem Media is on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. Don't forget to check out the storefront. Let's get into it. So, for the Mount Rushmore, it is one male superstar, one female superstar, one tag team, and one stable. So without further ado, my first pick as a men's single for Mount Rushmore is none other than Viva La Raza, Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero. Now, I could go into detail about Eddie for hours and hours and hours and hours. But let's be honest, everyone somewhere in their heart considers Eddie Guerrero as their pick for Mount Rushmore. Just his character work, his promo work, his matches, pretty much just overall 10 out of 10. Talent, as well as his title runs, and much, much more. Now, there was quite a few I could have picked. Randy Orton, I could have picked Brock Lesnar, I could have picked Stone Cold, I could have picked... The list is endless. I could have picked anyone. But when I was thinking of who to choose, Eddie Guerrero was the one that pointed out that he should be as the head of Mount Rushmore for the men's single talents. R.I.P. Eddie. Now, for the female Mount Rushmore, I'm going with none other than Lita. Now, there's a few reasons why I picked Lita. She was, without a doubt, one of the best in the Attitude Era at her time. Then there was obviously the storylines with Matt Hardy and Edge, and then obviously the Edge and Lita thing. We all remember that. Don't lie, we all enjoyed that. But she had quite a good run. The talent was phenomenal. She had brilliant character work, and her promos was A-class. And let's be honest, we all loved watching Lita kick someone's ass in the squared circle. Now, I could have gone with other people for the female spot of the Mount Rushmore. I could have gone with people like Rhea Ripley, Chyna, Liv Morgan. We all love a little bit of Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Trish Stratus. We could have gone with anybody. We could have gone with Stephanie McMahon. We could have gone with anybody. There's just that you can't just pick one and expect there aren't contenders and runners up. It's like a world title. You can't just pick one person and be like, no, there isn't someone to give it to. There's always people that can be given to it. But yeah, so far we've got Eddie and Lita. Now, for the third spot on the Mount Rushmore, we have the tag team spot. Now, this is a tag team that I remember growing up quite often, and I used to watch their matches quite a bit. And since then, they've tried to do this again, but it's always ended up in a feud between these two people. And that is the Rated R superstar Edge and the Apex Predator, the Viper, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton as the tag team Rated RKO. Now, as far as it goes for a tag team, you have to have a special click with these people. You need to be able to bounce off one another and be able to feed off each other's energy. And I think that was point blank what Rated RKO did, just quite easily. They managed to propel a tag team division and stand out in the tag team division for that time. And yes, with Randy Orton being in WWE and Adam Copeland being in AEW, we might not ever see Rated RKO again. But if they were in the same company and fantasy booking became reality, I would definitely make these two a tag team once more. Now, again, like I previously stated, there are runner-ups for this spot. You've obviously got the Dudley Boys, which it came very close between the Dudley Boys and Rated RKO. You had the man that shall not be mentioned with Eddie Guerrero. I'm just going to say his name, Chris Benoit. Those two were actually quite good as a tag team at one point. You had Triple H and Shawn Michaels for DX. You had the Brothers of Destruction. So like I say, there are plenty of options to go with. It's just finding that one that suits you and speaks to you. And this is basically what my Mount Rushmore is. The people that I watched growing up, even though I'm only 20, so I basically started watching wrestling in when I was 5 or 6. So I was watching the replays of these matches on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, go check out Mayhem Media on YouTube, as well as Facebook and Rumble. Now, there's plenty of people for this next spot, and it is a stable or a faction, as it's otherwise known. And my spot was quite happily going to go with the NWO, the New World Order. Simply because it was a damn good stable. They did everything that they needed to do, and the way they executed it was just completely superb. The titles that they had between them in the faction, the way they carried out business, their entrance. Let's not forget entrance for a faction or even as a tag team. You need an entrance that suits everyone but still makes sense. An entrance that everyone likes, whether they come out singular or whether they come out together. It is just the entrance that helps propel a stable, as well as the fact of these people got on quite well. But honorable mentions for stables, we could have gone with D-Generation X, because there were quite a few people in the D-Generation X group. You could have had the Nexus, if you're talking modern day. You could have had the Judgment Day. I like the Judgment Day, but I had to go with the classic of the NWO for just the reason of it was probably one of the best, if not the best, stables at that time. So that is my Mount Rushmore. Let's just go over it again. Male, we have Eddie Guerrero. Female, we have Lita. Actually, Eddie Guerrero and Lita would have made an interesting couple if that was ever done, or if someone ever thought about that. That would have. I digress. So Eddie Guerrero and Lita for the male and female spots. The tag team spot goes to Rated RKO, and the stable that I chose was the New World Order in NWO. So that is my Mount Rushmore of wrestling. As always, I have been the underestimated underdog, the one and only, insert hard pause here. Yeah, that's long enough. Connor Clarkson. I shall see you all in the next one. Goodbye and good night.